Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil and today I'm going to be showing you around all the calves at the minute. So we're just on the lawn outside the house and we have 12 calves. Their last calves that came in, they're still on milk. Dry calves are on milk on both sides of the avenue, so they're still on milk. All Angus calves coming on nicely. We had a bit of a blood scour but we're just getting on top of it now, but everything seems to be going fine. And then the other side of the lawn, or the avenue, we have 10 calves. These are the 10 calves that have had a little bit of trouble, that had went out to grass, and then the most of them came from the shed when we closed up the doors to take them off milk, to stop them going into the shed, because just keep them outside, we'd be far better off, more healthier outside. So we just have a lot of them and some of the ones that went a bit backwards on milk there, 10 of them, getting meal and that, fed twice a day, warm milk. Going ahead fine. So today I'm going to be going around all the calves we have at the minute in all their different batches and whatnot, so we'll get to that now. So that's it. Hopefully I'm able to pause this. No. So here we are now at the second batch of calves. So these are the calves that were in the new shed, as you can see with them shot out. So I think there's about 40 here. They have the full run of this paddock here. But these are on meal twice a day. Now these were the last calves to come off milk, and then some of the stragglers from previous batches that stayed on milk a bit longer and they just weren't that good enough to be let out. So these are on twice a day, getting meal, getting what would I say, they'll be getting about a kilo, half a kilo of meal each. I suppose, yeah, they'll be getting about half a kilo, so they're getting about a kilo of meal a day each. So that's really it. We'll move on to the next batch. You can see the belted Galloway. You can see the white stripe of them there. Just a mix of calves, Friesians, Jerseys, Angus, the whole lot there. So we'll go on to the next batch. We have a couple of batches to get through, so I'll leave it at that. Off we go. So here we are now at the next batch of calves. 50 calves down here and a big bull, and we're giving them hay. You can see the feeder there. We actually need to bring more hay down to them. They're getting the same, about half a kilo. They get fed once a day. These calves, how old are they? Where were these ones? Be 3 months, 4 months old now at this stage. These calves, they aren't the oldest of the calves we have at the minute, but they'd be, you know, maybe the second or third batch off. And the bulls are the other side of that out there. You can see their paddock there. You can just about make them out. See if I can zoom in from where I am. You can just see them through there. They're the other side, and we had a problem with them coming across the river. And hence that lad there at the bad back, he was there and we just left him here because he's a bad back and we didn't want them riding him. So that's really it now. As you can see, grass is fairly tight around here. There is a nice little picking of grass. It is bottomy ground, especially down there. So it is, look, the hay is just there to make sure they have enough feed, and we could do it bringing a few bales around and about now. So that's it. We'll head on to the next place. So now here we are at the next batch of calves. These would have been the last batch of calves to be sorted off the feeder. The new shed is just over there, so they were put out here as what we call the well field behind the castle. So we put 60 calves out here. I think there's about 7 of them went back under the wire to the others, but we're not over bothered now. These have a nice run under them, but they are very, very tight on grass. It would be easy to say, but we have a paddock. It's about what we kept up now, the far side of the drain there. Maybe in another week's time, depending on grass growth, and we might put them out onto it and maybe shut off some of this, trying to just get a bit of grass growing now that we've had a bit of rain. So we actually had a bit of rain this morning while I was making the first video. So 60 calves here, same variant, to be one of the younger batch of calves we have. Getting hay, as you can see there. That's really, I suppose I'll just, while I'm beside the bucket, I'll show you what we're feeding them in the telly. So as you can see, they were feeding them pencils, calf pencils. They're doing very well on them. We're very happy. Normally we'd feed them what was it, calf crunch or muesli, but we decided to go to the pellets, just a bit cheaper, and just because we'll be using a bit more of it now that everything's a bit tight on grass, and they're doing very well on them, so we'll probably stay in the pencils. But that's really it. So we'll move on to the next place. Still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to go, so we'll leave that at that. Okay. So here we are now at the next batch on the bridge, as what we call it, because there's the bridge going over the canal. So there's another 50 calves here. We're giving them hay. To have about half of the field, you can see more calves over there. They're the other side of the fence. we have a plan in place to try and move them, start getting it to the stage where we don't need to be giving them hay anymore. We have another paddock taken up, and the plan is to move the fire batch onto it, give the place they were on a week or so, and then move these onto there and try and get a bit of a rotation going. Try and hopefully, now it all depends on whether we can get enough rain now to keep the grass growing at a stable level that it'll keep the whole thing going. But at the minute everything is pretty much getting hay. So this is another batch. There is, what age are these batch now? They be, all the calves are really pretty much around the same age. These are just some of the lighter calves here, mostly Angus. So here we are now at the next batch, just below the wire. Another 50 calves here, also getting hay. Plan is maybe a week or so we'll move them down to the next paddock, give this a week as I was saying, and move them up. We have a double strand, well, 2 strands of wire and a no man's land, and you can see the green of the no man's land there, how well it's coming back. So hopefully now that'll reflect how well this should come back when we take these off it, because they're just keeping it at and could do it going out with a few bales of hay. So now there's calves then, you can just see them down there. They're the oldest the calves we have. They'll be reared, were reared during the winter. I might just drive down the canal line and see can I get a bit closer to them. So they're a bit of a journey away from me, and I have to start dropping wires to get to them. But actually I might just leave it at this, just we're a bit caught for time because we're going combining now this evening. But you can see them there, there's 27 of them down there. They're the calves that were reared during the winter time and the early spring, like early January. They're the biggest of the calves we have, and they're just down there. They were in another spot on Sailor's Ground, but we took them off and moved them down there, keep them out of the way. They're not getting any meal, they don't need it, they have lots of grass. For the few that's down there, they have a big enough of a paddock, the grass is growing quick enough for them, so no hay or anything for them. So that's it. I'll move on to the next batch. So that's 2 batches covered in that bit, so we'll move on to the next batch. We have 2 more to do, so we'll leave it at that. So here we are, the next batch of calves, 22 calves here, and the only cow on the farm. Part of my landlady's, this is the farm I rented, part of my landlady's cow, and the horse there in front of the house. They're part of the deal that have to be kept. So 22 here, again, hay and meal. They only have 1 field, even though the grass is very green. You can just see me girlfriend going down there. We have 1 calf with a sore foot. We're going to give him an injection and bring him a lock of meal. There's 1 more batch of calves here. There's 73 in it, and they have the run in most of the farm. So we're going to have a look at them now in a few minutes when I get this other calf looked after. So that is it. Nothing much else to say about here, so I'll show you the next ones in a few minutes. Okay, so here we are at the last batch of calves. Now they're not all here. We're just going to go for a walk now after I do this, make sure everything's okay. So we have a bale of hay with them. That was purely because we were afraid that if the weather continued as it was when we let them out here first, that they'd eat the grass up too quick. But grass growth is still going. Like you can see, the field is very green here. They have more than 10 acres. They have a good run of ground here now, 20 acres or more even here. So we're just going, we'll check through them now. These are all my calves, mix of jerseys. There's 2 or 3 Angus and Friesians. So yeah, that's really it. Now that's all the calves that we've reared this year. There won't be any more reared until towards the end of the year, October, November, when we take in a lot of bottom calves. Not too many, rear them over the winter. So that is it from me. If you have any comments or anything else you want me to see me do, please hit me in the comments down below. I'll get to you, I'll answer any questions you may have on them. So that is it from me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck.